Prince Jackson finally reveals what Michael Jackson was really like as a father. For years, the world knew Michael Jackson as the king of pop. But his children knew him as something completely different. They knew him as Dad. For more than a decade, Michael Jackson's oldest son, Prince Jackson, remained mostly hidden behind masks, tinted windows, and a wall of privacy. But as Prince grew older, he finally began speaking about the father the public rarely saw. And what he revealed was surprisingly simple. Michael wanted his children to understand that fame meant nothing if you couldn't use it to help other people. Prince was born on February 13, 1997, in Los Angeles, and spent much of his childhood at Neverland Ranch. To the outside world, Neverland was an unbelievable fantasy filled with amusement rides, animals, a movie theater, and acres of private land. But to Prince, it was simply home. Michael had created Neverland partly because he felt he had lost his own childhood. He wanted his children to experience the joy he never had. At the same time, he was determined to protect them from the fame that had followed him everywhere. That is why Prince, Paris, and Bigi were often seen wearing masks or having their faces covered in public. Michael believed that hiding their identities would give them a chance to grow up normally, inside their home. However, Prince remembers a very different Michael. He was involved. He made meals, read to his children, played with them, helped them learn, and tried to keep their environment calm. Instead of harsh discipline, Michael encouraged his children to talk about their mistakes and understand why they had made them. He also taught them that wealth did not make them better than anyone else. He took them to hospitals, orphanages, and struggling communities so they could understand gratitude and compassion. Then, on June 25, 2009, everything changed. Michael Jackson died suddenly when Prince was only 12 years old. Within days, the children went from living privately to becoming part of one of the biggest media stories in the world. At Michael's memorial, Prince and Paris appeared publicly without the same protection that had surrounded them during childhood. The world finally saw Michael Jackson's children, but Prince slowly began creating an identity of his own. Rather than becoming another pop star, he became interested in business, film production, and working behind the scenes. He studied business administration at Loyola Marymount University and later graduated in 2019. He also helped create Heal Los Angeles, a nonprofit inspired by his father's message of helping others. And that may be the clearest connection between Michael and his oldest son. Prince didn't simply inherit his father's name. He inherited his father's belief that success should have a purpose. In interviews, Prince has repeatedly described Michael as loving, protective, and deeply focused on education. One lesson especially stayed with him: never stop learning. Prince has also defended his father's legacy, explaining that Michael's impact went far beyond music. To him, Michael wasn't just a performer. He was a father who taught his children to care about people, stay humble, and use whatever platform they had to make a difference. And perhaps that is the part of Michael Jackson's story the world rarely saw. Behind the costumes, concerts, controversies, and unimaginable fame was a father trying to give his 3 children something ordinary: a childhood. Prince chose production and charity. Paris chose music and public expression. Bigi chose privacy. 3 completely different paths, yet they all remember the same man. Not the king of pop, not the global superstar, just Daddy.